So now we'll move on to verse 2.3. If you recognize that you are on the same page as Janaka and you see that all is mine or nothing is mine, then it will be evident that for you, for the one who is seeing, it will be evident that your fascination towards this world starts waning away naturally. The grip of seduction with the person starts loosening up. Has that started happening to you yet? Has the fascination of the world started waning away? Has the grip of seduction with this person loosened? Contemplate on this while we check out the next verse. Sashariram vishvam parityajya mayadhuna kutaschit kaushaladeva paramatma vilokyate. Here Janaka is telling you exactly what happened to him. He's saying, when the body and the world manifestation were no more a distraction for me, by some secret skill, I don't know what it is, by some secret skill, the Supreme Self became evident. He's telling you exactly what happened to him. Yeah. So when the spell of enticement is broken, then the person and the personal world are no more a distraction. They go on. They work on their own because now you recognize, oh, I was never the doer. The person does according to its already written script on the stage of the world. I was unnecessarily jumping in, and whenever I jumped in, that was stress. I was enticed. I was spellbound. Now the spell is broken. I was never the doer. I was never the experiencer. The story goes on. The story is already written. It goes on its own. When this recognition happens, the clouds of mineness, this is mine, that is mine, she is mine, he is mine, it is mine. The clouds of mineness break away and there is clarity. And the magic of this clarity is that it reveals that I am not the waker, I am not the dreamer, I am not the deep sleeper. And I am not even the fourth, I am not even Turiya. You suddenly see it all as one. Are you seeing how verse 2 was higher, one step higher than verse 1? Are you seeing how verse 3 is higher than verse 2? It is a step-by-step progress. Yeah, now he sees he is not even the fourth. He says 1, 2, 3 and 4 all together are one. Advaitam. Advaitam. That all together one is Paramatma. God is not somebody external sitting in some outside world. Then that would be the God of the waker. What about my God? Who is my God? The waker's God is not my God. The dreamer's God is not my God. The deep sleeper doesn't have a God. That non-believing is also not my God. Yeah. Astikta is also not mine. Nastikta is also not mine. Astikta means the belief in God is not mine. And the non-belief in God, Nastikta, that is also not mine. Oh, what about my God? He reveals that Paramatma, the Supreme Self. Yeah? How does the Supreme Self get revealed? Janaka says, when this distraction with the waker and the waking world, the distraction with the dreamer and the dream world, and the distraction with the absence of the waker and dreamer, and the enticement by darkness, when all this wanes away, then suddenly a clarity appears, and by some skill it is revealed, the Paramatma, the God, the oneness, Advaitam. That is the Brahman. A oneness is seen, Ekta is seen. Not Ekta the person, but the real Ekta. The true meaning of Ekta, the oneness is seen. There is no more an I or you or the world left. Yeah, there is only one. Actually saying one is also, it's just to convey something. It's not one. It is not two. It's not multiple. It's not dual. Advaitam. That is the Supreme Self. That is Paramatma. That is Brahman. Yeah? That is who I am. Janaka realizes that he is Paramatma, that he is God. Not the waker. Not the waker, King Janaka, the king of the kingdom of Mithila. No. Yeah. That oneness of all of it, the waker, waker's world, dreamer, dreamer's world, deep sleeper, deep sleeper's world, the Turiya, all of it is one. That is Paramatma. That is who I am. The pure consciousness or primordial awareness. This is where the Dvaitam path believers hit a conflict. Why? Because they translate this verse as finding God outside of the waker in the waker's world. No, but you are beyond the waker and the waker's God which is in the waker's world. Come to that. This is a lower step. It's a good step, but it's a primary school step. Yeah, now primary school is over. Spiritual path also had a primary school, and now you have to come to university. Yeah. Graduate, come on, go up higher. When you come to Turiya, you come to college level. Yeah. And then when you come to primordial awareness, you actually have come to the PhD, university level. That is Ajatavada or Advaita level 3. Yeah. So if you're still hitting a block, recognize you're still, you are the one binding yourself to primary school. You have to free yourself. Yeah. Exit primary school. Say bye-bye to the primary school teacher. Say bye-bye to the primary school friends. And move to Advaita, the higher level. Once an Advaitin recognizes himself as the witnessing awareness in the waking, he is bound to recognize himself as the witnessing awareness in the dream. This will be your first step, moving away from primary to, let's say, high school. Yeah? When one recognizes himself as the witnessing awareness in the dream, he is bound to recognize himself as the witnessing awareness in the deep sleep. And hence say, oh, there is nothing like deep sleep. It's just an absence of the waker and the waking world and absence of the dreamer and the dream world. Oh, just the absence was what was termed as deep sleep. Then he's bound to see himself as Turiya, new identification. Now you've come to college level. Yeah. When he recognizes, oh, I'm not even the fourth. There is no 1, 2, 3, 4. It is all one. It's all pure consciousness, primordial awareness, supreme self, Paramatma, God. That is what I am. This is the one-way street. It is one way. There is no other way. There is no other way. Yeah? The Advaitin is never blindsided like the Dvaitin, because the Dvaitin limits himself to the waker, and the waker's world. Yeah? The Dvaitin goes, the Advaitin goes beyond the waker and the waker's world. So he is never blindsided. Never. Very clearly he sees himself as God. Yeah, of course we are talking about the pure Advaita path, not the Dvaita Advaita path. Dvaita Advaita again has Dvaitam mixed in it. Pure Advaita. Gaudapadas, Adi Shankaracharyas. Rise higher. You are God. That is the final destination. You must not stop your journey midway. You keep chugging until you are on the same page as King Janaka. Keep chugging until you see yourself as God. Not the waker. This is not the waker that is speaking. I am speaking through the waker. The waker is only my microphone. That is the only way I can get my voice heard. This is only a peephole through which I see this world and convey the truth. In fact, I am conveying the truth to myself only. You all are my reflection. You are me. There is no you and there is no I. There is no other than God out there. No God is going to come and save you. Some savior is coming. Nice stories limited to the waking world. Belong to the waker. I am beyond. So King Janaka inspires the earnest seeker to work on his spiritual IQ here. Spiritual quotient, spiritual intelligence means viveka. The Sanskrit word is viveka. Viveka means the ability to sieve out all the illusory from the real. You remove all the illusory. And then you're just left with the real. So you have to work on this step by step how we discussed. You start with your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. First you recognized in the waking that you are the witness of the body, witness of the mind. You experiment, you prove it to yourself. Then make that constant, make the witnessing constant in the waking. Then only it will seep into the dream. Next morning you'll wake up and you'll write to me, yes, I recognized it. In the dream I recognized I was dreaming. I was separate from the dreamer and the dream. Oh, I am not the dream subject. I am not the dream character. I am separate. The more you see it in the dream, the more it becomes a truth in waking. The more you see it in waking, the more it becomes a truth in dream. A point will come then that waking and dream are not two. You'll see it as one. The walls between waking and dream drop away. And then the walls between two dreams also drop away. Means dream and deep sleep also drops away. It becomes very clear. Oh, it is all one. It is one. I am separate from it. I am not it. I am Turiya. And then there is one more step remaining where you recognize, oh, the Turiya is also not constant. When there is something to witness, then the witnessing awareness is there. When there is nothing to witness, even the witness collapses. And there is simply a oneness. Like Janaka you will exclaim, oh, Kutaschit Kaushaladeva Paramatma Vilokyate. By some skill I found God. Some skill, I don't know what it is. Something happened when that distraction of the body, mind, person is gone, when the distraction of the world is gone. There was something that just cleared up and I saw God. You don't see God with these eyes, It's again a metaphor. Please don't take it literally. So how did that happen for Janaka? When the person and the person's world were out of the way. You dive deep in. Are the person and the person's world out of the way for me, or are they an obstacle still? Have I recognized that I am not the person? Have I recognized that the person's world is not mine? Until the person is the doer, he is in the way, remember. Until the person is the experiencer, he is in the way. So I have to experiment and recognize, am I really the doer, or am I simply pretending to be the doer? Am I really the experiencer, or am I pretending to be the experiencer? Yeah. Until the world is experienced, it is in the way. The moment you recognize, oh, it's just happening automatically, it's just information, and it goes on automatically. I do not speak, I do not think, I do not eat, smell, taste, touch, hear. It simply happens on its own. I only know. I am only the knower. Then it becomes very clear. There is a self-exploration that we had done some time ago. Knowing is the only possibility. If you've not done that, then request the volunteers to post it in Flock or put it on the Google group. And you can all do that self-exploration and dive deeper into this. Knowing is the only possibility for me. There is no other way. I cannot do, I cannot think, I cannot act, I cannot experience. Yes? So all this will go out of the way only when you experiment, prove it to yourself, and then accept what your new known is. It was unknown before. Yeah, that is why it's hard to embrace it. Go through that little drill, the little turbulence, the little restlessness that will come up for the ego. It's only the waker's ego. I am beyond the waker's ego. It cannot pull me down. It cannot pull me down. When you recognize that you are beyond the waker's ego, you will become very strong in your spiritual endeavor. Nothing will pull you down. Nothing. Yeah? So for that, Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana is mandatory. Yeah? So tonight's homework, before you let the body lie down in bed, before that you sit on the bed, take the stand of the witness, recognize I am the witness of the body right now. I am the witness of the room. I am witness of the spouse or partner lying in bed. I am witness of everything. I am witness of this body, and I am witness of these thoughts also. I am witness of this reminder that Ekta had told me. I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am not this body-mind person. That is step number 1 you will do. Then allow the body to lie down in bed and notice with your eyes open. This is still the waking state. I am witnessing the waker lie down in bed. The waker sleeps. I do not sleep. Now close your eyes. Yeah. Keep recognizing the breath is going in and out, and it is slowly becoming softer and softer and shallow. I am the witness of the breath. The body is turning right, turning left, trying to find a cozy spot in bed. I am the witness of the body and its sensations. Many thoughts going on, many feelings going on. I am simply witnessing these thoughts and feelings. And suddenly you will recognize, woof, body is gone. You are still witnessing that there are thoughts, but there is no body. Yeah. A point will come when the logical, sequential thoughts are gone and they are completely garbled, nonsensical thoughts, don't make any sense. You are still witnessing. The dream state has already begun, the waking state has ended. You have witnessed the transition between the waking and the dream. And suddenly it's just images, blurry images, nothing very clear, blurry sounds, nothing very clear. This is the dream state. You are witnessing the dream. And suddenly, poof, the dream is gone. There's nothing. Nothing means there is no recording even. You cannot record nothing. Yeah? Can the camera's data card record nothing? It cannot record nothing. It will always record something. So recording nothing happens in deep sleep. You come out of the deep sleep and you feel refreshed and you recognize that there was nothing. Maybe a dream comes up. There is a recognition of the dream coming up from nothing. That is the key. It came from nothing, from a blankness, from a nothingness. Suddenly some garbled dream, doesn't make any sense. You just know you are dreaming. You are still there. Yeah. The dreamer is there, the dream world is there, and suddenly they crumble. Yeah? And there is the sensation of body lying in bed. The waking state is there. It was not there before. If I was the waker continuously through this process which was lying in bed, I would have known that the waker is lying in bed and having the dream. So I would have two bodies, the waking body and the dream body. Have I ever experienced two bodies together? Is it even possible? It's not possible. Either there is the dream body or there is the waking body. What does this tell me? That the waking state and the waking body just got projected. And when I open my eyes, the waking world is just projected. So experiment, Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana is very important, very important. When the waker and the waker's world are seen as different than I, when the dreamer and the dreamer's world are seen as different than I, when the deep sleeper and the deep sleep darkness or blankness is seen as different than I, then another level of seeing reveals itself automatically. You don't have to do anything. Turiya. The I shifts from the waker to the Turiya. Yeah, those who like Sanskrit words, the I shifts from the Vishwa to the Turiya. The moment the person and its world are dropped, a special hidden skill gets revealed. Kutaschit kaushalad eva. Some skill. Paramatma vilokyate. God is found. Find God. Don't stop till then. Your journey is not complete. There's a really cute children's story. The elders in our family used to tell the kids. God was tired of all the zillion prayers and requests pouring in. So people kept criticizing his creation and blaming him for the suffering. So God was very tired of all these prayers and criticism. So God goes to sage Narada and says, I'm afraid of man and all his prayers and requests and criticisms of my creation. I'm tired. I want a break. I want to hide from man. Where should I go? So sage Narada says, man is stupid. He will look everywhere for you, but he will not look into his own heart. So you go and you hide there. That is the safest place for you. Not the anatomical, not the physical heart. I hope you got the story. Yeah. God lives in your heart. Wake up. Wake up. God lives in your heart. You dive within. Recognize that you're beyond the waker, beyond the dreamer, beyond the deep sleeper. In the silence of the fourth, in the silence of the Turiya, you will see God. You will see God. Don't stop until you find God. Okay? That should be your final destination. Clear? Verse 3 is clear. So you have a lot of homework today. Do your Vidarshana if you didn't do it properly during the session. Finish the Vidarshana column. Yeah. Throughout the day you have to practice being a witness and allow it to move from waking into dreaming and dream into deep sleep and then reverse. Tomorrow morning we'll meet again and move ahead. If you've done your SNGS and got one little glimpse, just one glimpse is sufficient, one little glimpse that you are the witness and not the waker, not the dreamer, not the deep sleeper. One little glimpse is sufficient to understand Janaka ahead. Clear? Dive deep into Swapna Nidra Nyan Sadhana tonight. I'll request the volunteers, please put the SNGS instructions and the audio, whatever you had all recorded, and helped each other. Put it in the Flock channel. Also, those who are not on Flock, please log into Flock. It's a free app. Yeah, and you can get the instructions there. Okay? And those who are in Gurukul, you must write to me how your SNGS went. Yeah? And whether you are on the same page as King Janaka. Those who are not in Gurukul, you can join Gurukul soon. Yeah? For that you have to start journaling and have interest. So start journaling and send your journal to me. Yeah? The volunteers will share the email ID where you can share your journal. So keep practicing and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.